Welcome to the IVM Podcast Network.
Just to remind everybody that language usage and content that we provide here may be disturbing, disgusting, probably will be and should be. Words like bloody custard and words that rhyme with that may be featured. Actually will be featured. In fact, perhaps will only be featured. Just warning you. Yes, this show is brought to you by Wow Tables.
You're listening to Cyrus Says.
Alright, we're meeting Samir Malhotra, actor, model, music event organizer, entrepreneur, possible visionary, a man who may change the game. Oh, at least the game that I used to play.
Cyrus says we have other shows too. You should check them out.
Hi, I'm Amit Gurbaksani.
I'm Purva Mehra.
And I'm Pranoti Datta. And we're from a city website called The Daily Pow. And we have a new podcast called The Powcast. So you can listen to us on the IndusVox SoundCloud page as well as iTunes, Stitcher, and TuneIn.
You're listening to Cyrus Says.
Here on Cyrus Says, it's time for us to understand that we as males need to scratch. There is nothing wrong with scratching. And I hate people who try to hide that they don't scratch. Do your scratch. Do your scratch in front of everybody else. Let everybody know that you need to scratch. Never feel scared to scratch. Scratching is your birthright and you must do it. I would say you must have it, but I'll get into controversy. So scratch away. Scratch away. Don't turn around and scratch. Just scratch it in front of everybody else. It's called Cyrus Says.
Cyrus says ad breaks are beneficial to your mental health.
This show is brought to you by Wow Tables. I spoke to Kunal and Deepa, the founders, about Wow Tables. Now tell us, what does it entail completely? How can we save money, we're Indians? We're not interested in anything else but how we can save money and enjoy a good meal.
So we've got curated dining experiences at some of the nicest restaurants in several cities in India now.
Okay.
And apart from the fact that we guide you into what to order and what to not, we also help you save at least 30 to 50% on that.
What are you saying? 30 to 50% on a meal?
That's right.
I'm in. Count me in. I eat a lot. You better be careful. Don't want to break the
And
bottle.
you get to have multiple courses.
Oh, so you can tell I eat a lot, huh? Deepa, that's very rude. It was not necessary. That was mean. Visit wowtables.com to book an experience and use the code Cyrus Says to get 500 rupees off on your first reservation. I repeat, 500 rupees off. That's 100 plus 100 plus 100 plus 100 plus another 100. Yeah, that's right.
And that's what Cyrus says.
Yes, on Cyrus Says, I'm with a very interesting guy. He's been an actor, he's been a performer, he's been a producer, and he's now an entrepreneur as well. He's also a very good cook, and he's cut his hair really short. In fact, I didn't recognize him because we haven't met for some time. Samir Malhotra, a.k.a. Big Daddy, welcome to our show.
Thank you, Cyrus. I remember you from Jalwa.
There you go.
Hanging out with you.
So you want to call me Daddy now?
Yeah, you are. You were
Daddy's Daddy.
You were even then, man. You were the top of the heap even then.
I was the ugliest boy in film industry for the last 40 years running. But let's talk about what happened here. We met after so long. We hugged, we kissed, we held hands.
Yeah.
We played with each other. And we're now close again. But Samir, I want to, before I go back to the beginning and all that, I want to just talk about Big Daddy, the concert promoter, because we're in this sort of phase in Mumbai and in India in general where the entrepreneur is really coming into his own.
Yeah.
And people are doing really well, making names for themselves, starting new roads, so to speak. So what's this? Firstly, the Big Daddy tag, for those who don't know. I mean, I know, but how did that come along? How many kids do you really have? Why are they all different colors?
Bandra is,
all yours.
They're all my sons and
there
daughters.
You go. 14th Road is only you exclusively, I believe.
See, because we all live away from our parents, so they need a father figure, sort of thing. So, no, I used to do these daddy ads, when I was much younger. So it's quite an irony because, much younger.
When you were 20 odd, you were in the daddy ads. And now when you're 40 plus, you don't give the daddy ads, you give the younger ads.
I'm just the daddy.
And you also was daddy, as in the industry's daddy. A lot of the TV guys would come to you for help and aid and advice. Is that so?
A few. There were.
I remember Cyrus Sahukar said he wanted to try a threesome for the first time. He went to you for advice and you said yes. And then you told him bring all 4 people to your house and he was very confused.
The double sandwich.
The double sandwich. Did that work out well for him?
I don't know. He's
all the guys in touch.
in different parts of the body. Yeah. There was, at one point in my house, there used to be, you throw a stone and you'd hit a VJ.
Yeah.
So we used to all hang out in Bandra, and my place was, the Adda sort of thing. So, and I was the guy who didn't have friends at one point. I had broken up with this gorgeous woman called Nafisa Joseph, who we all know.
Yeah.
And I had no friends, and so I just decided to go out and pick people from here and there and get them together. And so that's how the daddy thing came about.
That and the ads, of course, in the background. You modeled a lot.
I modeled a lot.
But let's quickly first get into this whole new segment of yours, then we'll go and retrace your life and times. The Big Daddy concert promoter. What's all that about?
Yeah, in around 2006, 2007, I was tired of writing films and mostly trashy Bollywood cinema. So I started writing songs, and then I wrote 50 songs, recorded my voice.
As in 50 songs, as in music and lyrics?
Lyrics mostly,
okay.
And I started putting music to it. I was living with this musician called Ankur Tewari.
Right. And when you say living,
flatmate.
All right, fair enough. Separate beds, but same bathroom.
Separate rooms.
I always find that, the same bathroom is always an issue for me.
Yeah. So
was he a toilet seat up kind of guy, this Ankur Tewari?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You don't remember? You were so bloody drunk when you came home. You just beat on him.
Separate toilets will do it for you.
Separate toilets is the best thing in a marriage.
In any relationship.
Yeah.
So, I started writing songs and recorded my voice and realized that I couldn't sing to save anybody.
Come on, sing for us.
I will probably, but
I'll sing one of your songs.
Yeah, I will. Don't worry.
Oh, a little later? Okay.
Later.
If you could do it now, it would be even better. Otherwise, we'll have to take it from my head and put it back.
Oh, shit. Okay. If I said I need you now, would you come to me despite our vows? And if I said what's red was green, would you see me through what's not seen? And if I said my world would end, could you comprehend what I can mend? And if I said I've lost my key, would you let me in spite of me?
Wow, not bad, man. I mean, I was trying to pull your leg to get some crap out of you. Can you sing badly? Can you redo that badly, like really badly? Because the context of the show is bad. Much better. Works for me. Very interesting, Mr. Big Daddy. So you've got a good voice as well, and nice lyrics. A lot of pain and anguish.
Yeah. There was a lot. There was a lot to go with.
Kill my show already. People are falling apart. We wanted to hear something funny. Put on that Cyrus fellow show. This guy, romantic man, singing song about unrequited love.
Yeah.
So lots of that, is it, in the writing?
There was a lot of pain, yeah. And so, I decided that maybe I'm not the guy for it. And there were no platforms that were doing original music at that point. So Riaz Amlani and me got together.
Riaz Amlani, of course, is the famous restaurateur.
Of course.
Who's half Parsi, hence talent.
Of course, yeah, visionary guy. And he had a terrace in Juhu, overlooking Juhu Beach, called Del Italia. And so we started in 2009, January 14th with Yana Gupta.
The model. What happened to her?
Where did she go?
Was she still a Gupta? Because I think the guy left her or something.
But she kept the surname.
Yeah. Because it works better in India. Yana Chernovsky and all that. It's so difficult. When the ironing lady comes in and says, Mr. Chernovsky, your sari is ready. It doesn't work. So she was
the first one, and it was just from there, it was a blast off. And we had about 75 shows every week, every Wednesday. It's called Daddy's Win Song Wednesdays.
Was this a commercial activity?
Yeah. Every Wednesday night, we used to get like a band, an original band. We used to have a startup band, and then the band that's going to play next. So and then people would come from the audience and sing. So it was just magical, yeah.
So it was an informal, formal night. A formal night which becomes informal after some time.
Right. And it was before NH7
Was it called Daddy's Big Night?
It was called Daddy's Win Song Wednesdays.
Daddy's Win Song Wednesday. And so you're saying NH7 and gang have ripped you off?
No.
They've taken your idea of making this cult sort of commercial thing.
No, they went in a different direction. But
their music sucks, man.
Well,
or maybe I'm just old.
Well,
but if you've taken NH7, I shoot myself with the first gun I can find. If not that, I just listen to the music and die in anguish.
Well, yeah, that's...
We're too old. Let's just say it. We're just too old. Let's not say anything more. We are NH2. We need one.
Yeah, we are NH minus one.
Another time, Neanderthal. Electronica was young.
Yeah, but
what kind of crowd would come there? Was this an eclectic crowd of the actors?
Very eclectic. The VJs, the models, the media, the Gen Z crowd.
Yeah,
I would say it was that crowd, and it was nice. It was actually magical. I would say, just that terrace and the breeze and this beautiful performer or band singing original music. Yeah, that was the beauty.
Is it still on?
But
it sounds like a great idea. The ambience is right. You get the right people.
Yeah.
I would like to hang out there every week if I live in the neighborhood. It sounds like a fun release for the week.
Yeah, it was just bad rent.
Let me write that down. Note to self: Daddy's Winsong Wednesday to be reprieved in Mumbai, South Mumbai, where I have real estate.
Yes.
Riyaz Amlani and me on drums, not sitting, playing. Otherwise, that would end the show very fast. And don't be mean. He's a sweet guy. We've got the same genes. Let's just say we like our food.
Yeah, you've got the same sense of humor too.
Fair. Okay, so that started off, but still you're not looking at it professionally. You're still acting a lot, you're writing, you're doing all kinds of things. You've always been a guy who does all kinds of things.
Yeah, fingers in many pies. But, by that time, so I had decided that this was really my calling. I wanted to champion this. And the bands were coming out of the woodwork. They were just playing some really cool stuff. And I started creating platforms like that, and then went on to do something like an all-star jam with Jack and Jones in 2012.
Now, one second. Jack and Jones is the clothes thing.
Yeah, the clothes thing.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and they decided to give me a store which was 20,000 square feet, 3 floors, do what you want on one night, pop-up kind of nightclub.
Oh, thank God Jack left Jill. Found Jones, found this huge place, a great life, and now music.
Yeah.
And booze are obviously part of the deal.
Booze was for free. So
what are you saying?
Yeah, can you believe that?
This is why I voted. This is what they told me.
This was the one Bandra night, man. And now that it's over, it just got over 3 months ago. People are like, where the did that night go?
Seems to me that Samir Malhotra is basically... You like the project, you do it for some time, then you want a new project. Is that it?
Yeah, well, just trying to create different platforms for different kinds of musicians or crowds. And that's the whole deal, to try and take these musicians to we're way in the 50s, man, when it comes to original music and where America was.
We don't have a voice. There's no voice.
Yeah.
Isn't that true?
There's no radio, there's no TV, there's no, it's a blackout. So we have to do these things live.
Okay, so now this is the All-Star Jam.
Yeah, it's called All-Star Jam. It was on for 36 months, 3 years.
But of course, Starr is relative. Who actually comes and plays?
Well, we had, the concept was to have 4 singer-songwriters jam with each other with a jam band.
Like the Ankur Tewaris and all that.
Well, yeah, the Ankur
Wake the bugger up, say, move!
The Monica Dogras,
she's on that show called Stage. I quite like her. Is she single? Is she single?
No.
She sings someone?
Not.
And never tell her I am.
She's married.
She's married, so am I. You cross that out. Note to self, no Monica. Focus on Ankur Tewari. He's single, right?
He's married too, but...
Damn him! Who's single? Alka Yagnik? Are you in touch with anyone?
Alka Yagnik, I don't know.
Oh, okay. We'll make a call later. Let's get back to All-Star Jam. So you get these singer-songwriters. There's a Greenwich Village feel to you when you're thinking here. Am I right to say?
That's absolutely right. That's exactly what I was trying to go for.
Laid-back poet culture that we're trying to almost...
Yeah, find the new Bob Dylan, man. It might come out of India.
And so you allow new talent as well as these slightly established names.
Absolutely.
And they don't practice or anything. They just come there and they do their thing.
Well, no,
I mean with each other. Oh, again, that sounds sexual. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but with all...
Hey, hold my instrument. Let's get back to the Greenwich Village. Let's focus. No, I really like what you're doing. I'm just thinking another generation, if this thing kicks in properly, for us South Mumbaikars especially, Bandra has always got this hip feel about it in any case. Yeah. So this is a nice idea. You have that artistic quality in that area. You feel that ambience. You feel like you're with it people. Yeah, and then of course people express themselves more and
they go out, because they have to do something in the night. They don't have the
That's
parents
because
to
going out is because the houses are really small in Mumbai. People listening to the podcast should understand. We can't stay in. You can't cook. You don't have a kitchen. Yeah. Kitchen is your living room.
Yes.
Sometimes bed. I'm sorry for going off the topic. Yeah, so coming back to All-Star Jam. So and have you met some talent which you say, okay, these guys are good and going to go forward?
Brilliant. I've come across people like Clayton Hogamia, who's just got amazing. Like, he's like, for me, a young Bob Dylan. Undiscovered.
Unhygienic.
Raw,
initially would be the first thing, and then
takes off his shirt once in a while and sings and things like that. He actually practiced. I mean, they
does what is called a mouth organ thing, which is
the mouth organ is there. The whole Dylan thing is on, and he plays at iBar every Sunday. You should go and check it out. All right. Clayton and friends there.
Clayton will give him a plug, but I want to plug you and what you do. Yeah. All-Star Jamm. Then we have Daddy My Pod Nights.
Daddy My Pod Nights was, just going back to the house parties, man. I used to go to house parties and discover that the best music you come across is people plugging their pods and saying, hey, dude, have you heard this? Have you heard this? Because everybody's got access to great music because of the internet today.
Right.
And Napster. And so the best music I used to come across was there. And so I decided to just put 3 interesting people into, go back to basics where people used to, just have a mixtape kind of thing.
Right.
So
what we used to do in the 80s, where we'd sit and make the bloody tape.
Absolutely.
And I'd go to my uncle's house and access the friggin' LP. And then, download is the wrong word. Tape, record the song, do all that shit. You basically put the iPod in because you like X's taste, match it with Y's taste, Z's taste, and you got these 3 people and you got another motley crew of music.
No, so they play 1 hour of about 20 tracks from their life.
Excellent. I like this idea.
Their iPods.
Have you copyrighted all this? It's all good thinking.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Again, I hope this is a commercial enterprise of sorts.
Yes. It's commercial for me. For them, it's like just fun.
No, fine. So they they express themselves through their 20 songs, and that's their thing.
Yeah, they call their friends, give them a bar tab at Olive, and it's brilliant.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't, Samir, I've known you on and off since our good friend Gaurav Batija. I can't remember in the 80s.
Remember him.
And I never thought of you as an entrepreneur. Artist, yes, you're always into writing, singing, acting, modeling. But this is a new you.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
So obviously that side has not been seen, and I would like to make money through you later once this show is over. I'll pick your brains and play with your limited hair, and we'll have fun.
What hair?
You've done the right thing. It's called hair suicide.
Yes.
Remove it on. Can't take it anymore.
Don't bother about
I join my eyebrows and then arch my eyes, hope people think that's part of the, the up part. Yeah. Okay, so let's move on now from there. So you've got these little properties going on all at the same time.
Yeah.
What's next for Big Daddy?
Yeah, I'm starting this thing called All Bar Jam, which is taking, get one street, like there's this 33rd Road in Bandra, for instance, has 10 bars. You take 10 bars, 10 live acts.
You actually counted?
Yeah.
The 10 bars.
Should I go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
You know the names?
Yeah.
Come on.
Okay. Bonobo, Key Post, LaRouche, The Den, Elbow Room, Monkey Bar, Fatty Bow, Drawing Room, and one more. Did I say LaRouche? Tap. Okay.
Wow. That's almost as impressive as you're singing. What 44-year-old man knows the name of every bar on the street?
The only guy who's talking to Cyrus Brocha.
Are you Irish?
You're talking to Cyrus Brocha. You gotta know your shit.
Samir Malhotra. You're Irish for me. It's amazing. Everybody else will be like, my 10 best cricketers were.
Oops.
Excellent. Good research. Okay, sorry, I interrupted you. And?
Yeah, so, 10 bars, 10 live acts on one night. In one street.
Wow. Excellent.
That's the idea. So you have FOMO, you're like going from this to that. Where do I go?
But how do you match the time and all that? Because if you wanted to do the whole circuit.
It's simultaneous.
It's simultaneous.
You have to choose.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
so it's fear of missing out.
How do you come up with these concepts?
Dude, it's just, taking organic shit around you and saying, hey, wouldn't
they should
I
make
like
you the mayor of the Car Bandra area. Mayor Samir Malhotra, his plans, we won't develop the toilets, forget the parkshalas, shut down the hospitals, music everywhere, I'll find the drill I'm looking for. Man, I'm with you, by the way. I think that's a sign of civilization. Too much is done about toilets and hospitals. How much can you do with that? One's on the way out, one's on the way in. Who cares? Let it go. Let's move on. Yes. Okay, excellent stuff, man. Good stuff. Yeah. So this is not yet done. You're coming up with this.
I'm starting one at Phoenix Market City, Kurla. We've got 6 bars.
That's a nicer area in terms of space and all that.
Yeah, because that's a controlled area. So we're starting it in a controlled space, and we're going to do it on the 23rd of Jan. That's the first one coming up.
Okay, good. So around that time, we'll plug it again because people should go and check this out. It's a bit like a pub crawl music version, is it?
Absolutely.
Would that be the right thing to say?
Absolutely.
Of course, if you don't drink alcohol, doesn't mean you can't go because the music is going to kick in anyway.
It's going to be the best live music in India, man, in one street.
And you can act drunk because you know how Indians dance anyway. It looks like you're drunk. You see any Indian couple dancing, it's like, what's wrong with them? Even at 9 a.m. I'm embarrassed. Sometimes I wish I have a wheelchair when I'm, in one of these places. I just want to be part of that crowd. All right, I think we're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, we have to talk some more about the life and times of this wonderful man who's, he's laughing and very casual, but I think that's what goes for you. And that's why people really connect with you. Do they still come to you with all their problems, the next generation of artists?
All the time. And it's fun, yeah.
It's fun. When we come back, we'll talk about how you've destroyed many careers just because you weren't interested in their pain. Fair enough.
Cyrus says, stop picking your nose, listen to this ad. India's first storytelling podcast is out now. You can download Tall Tales Takeaway on our website, indusvox.com, or on your favorite podcasting app on iOS, Android, and Windows. And that's what Cyrus says.
We're back with Samir Malhotra, who's laughing about, I have no idea what. This really bad musician at his gig yesterday, and he's still recovering from him. But, before we go into your life, what kind of advice do you actually give people? Because this is one side, now this is of course the personal side of yours, and we know because of our so-called subculture industry, whatever you want to call it, you really are the guy people go to, and I know because I have colleagues who've gone to you and swear by you, like a Cyrus Sahukar, like a Nikhil Chinnappa, like all the elderly VJs of yesteryear, vintage like wine, they grow better with the years. So what is the worst kind of things they come and ask you, and how do you deal with all that?
Dude,
homesick guys.
The only thing I do is actually listen.
Really?
Because there are not many people who still have the ability to listen to people. And when you're hearing yourself, then I think you kind of tell yourself what you have to do.
Amazing. You made a career out of listening. Because now you launched yourself as this entrepreneur, impresario, but basically all you're doing is listening and getting others to pay money and listen.
Yes!
I salute you, sir. I would. If I could get up without a back problem, I would actually get up and salute you. That's just fantastic, honestly. So let's talk about some common colleagues for a second. Sahukar, what is Cyrus Sahukar, MTV VJ, now anchor many shows?
Best part of my day, man.
What would be his problems? Always about rent and buying houses, right?
Yeah, I mean, how much more? He's taking it seriously. Sahukar means house owner.
Mughal, exactly.
Whatever. He's just going all the way, and I'm so proud of him, man.
But
look at him.
Does he come for girl problems as well? Does he come for...
All the time. I go to him. He's one of my closest buddies. Actually, I can count on my finger. He's there. Yeah. And it's an everyday thing with Sahu. And it's beautiful because, dude, I mean, to have one of the best comic minds in the country to be able to talk to you every day, and he's on tap like that.
Absolutely. And he's always troubled. Yeah. His eyebrows are always arched. I've noticed that.
Sahu used to be the doomsday prophet, back in the day. Yeah. But now, naturally, with a lot of things ironing out for themselves and the way his career has gone upwards and north, he's
I remember there was a time when he used to be completely enwrapped in this fight with the landlord. It was the landlord who was trying to kill him. Or
Gloma.
Yeah. Yes. And he was rabid about, I can't go back there.
Yeah, because Sai is never, anything about everyday life. He's always thinking mathematically, six figures down the road about everything else which is comical and whatever. But if you tell him where your wallet is or where this or that, sounds just like a cyclone.
And he's great with time, isn't he? I mean,
oh my God.
We still to complete a couple of shoots from 1999. still to turn up.
We have a term for it. He's always on the way and by the way.
Yeah. And close by.
Yeah, he's close by. And
by.
If Sahu has one thing to finish before he has to come to you, then it's, forever.
Might as well just move on.
Yeah.
And out of how's the right word? Not old, but the younger lot. Let's just face it. Not the relics. Let's go back to the older one. The younger ones. There you go.
Yeah, we lost Nikhil Chinnappa to, of course, a lot of the work that he's doing right now and the busyness. And so he went that way. Yeah. But,
And he talks to himself, so he doesn't need you. He's like, how's my hair? It's good, Nikhil. So he's fine.
No, but we've got this lovely group on WhatsApp which still keeps us together. There's Ramona, of course.
Yeah. Who's changed her surname to some unpronounceable Ariana, is it?
Arena, yeah.
Arena. What's with that whole story? That's...
Well, there was a marriage in between.
Yeah, I know. We did a goodbye video for her. She went to Switzerland, apparently to get into catering. Yeah. And there was a 4-table restaurant that she was managing. I thought it was a great thing to do. And then she's back and she's changed the name to the husband's name.
Yes. I think a lot of women don't mind that nowadays, to hold on to their
Listen, don't tell me, Samir. I have about 20 brochures out there. Calling every day. Bunty's growing taller. Are you going to send some more? Damn it. Why would I call anyone?
I wasn't talking about what it means to the man, but to the women.
Don't leave us out. We are in anguish sometimes.
Yeah. So there's Gaurav Kapoor, of course. Yudi.
What are his problems?
The famous.
What are their problems? Gaurav Kapoor's problems, he never puts on weight.
Yeah, that's the thing with this thing he has, of course.
Yeah, he's got that thing. Sorry.
Yeah, so
we'll move on. Yudi is the Nikhil clone.
Yudi, he's a Nikhil clone, but the gorgeous Yudi, I would say.
Now you're beginning to scare me.
I'm an appreciator of all kinds of.
There you go.
Yeah, right. So we all, we hang out on the group.
On the group you hang out, but what about your Bangalore connection? Is that still going on with these guys? Oh, that's...
Yeah, so there's lots of guys from Bangalore who are down, and Nikhil and Yudi.
So if they're from Bangalore, they come to you. If they're already in Mumbai, they come to you. And the next generation comes to you because the older guys will tell them, you go to him. Landlord problems, you go to him.
There's a new generation.
How to bill for whatever you've done, you go to him. He'll explain to you. How to talk to the client, he'll explain to you. How to talk to the rickshaw wala, he'll explain it to you.
Yeah.
But if you go to attend his gigs, take some money. Because he's got to earn.
No, but that's the thing, Sai. I want the sponsors to put the money in and not the audience. So that's the deal. The deal is to get the audience to have the best time of their lives without taking their wallet out.
But if I'm a sponsor, considering the liquor industry can't really, endorse anything, I would definitely do your thing. I must tell you. And that's a plug for you, Samir Malhotra. We need sponsors on his show. He's got things going. All-Star Jamm, Daddy My Pod Nights. They are separate entities. He's also got Studio Pepper Fry coming up. What is that?
Yes, Studio Pepper Fry is, again, going back to basics, about 30 people, a blues, live, jazz, soul kind of scene. And so it's eclectic, it's just like 30 people having a brilliant time.
It's a very niche audience, very upmarket. It's the creme de la creme coming together.
Absolutely.
So basically, I shouldn't ask you more questions because I'll never fit in.
Of course you will. You're always welcome.
In catering, I'll be serving. What? Tell me. Bouncer, valet, give me something. Be clear. Be open and honest.
You be everything, Sai.
Yeah.
You always are.
I'll be Daddy's younger brother. I'll be the Rishi Kapoor character. I'm always the Rishi Kapoor character. And now I'm looking a little bit like, go for it.
No, going for it.
Yeah. All right. So you've got all these properties going on at the same time, but let's move to your personal life a little bit on the side.
Yeah.
Been in the business for so long.
Yeah.
What's happening out there? Is there a marriage?
No, not at all. We unfortunately just broke up 3 months ago. So
you're always breaking up, man.
Yeah, I'm always, I
the eternal romantic, hence the lyrics. No, what I say about the eternal romantic is you never find the person because there's always this sense of romance, which means you have to have a negative sort of tragedy, every time.
Absolutely. And it works
it's
beautifully.
DNA. It's like in your head. It's wired.
It works beautifully. And,
you've done what I did. Have an arranged marriage. You get a nice fat lady, with low self-esteem, and you can just have so much fun. Won't come in the way of your nights. Do all your gigs. Don't worry about it. I'll be home late. What's your problem? Just lie on your side of the bed and look the other way. Listen, marriages work. Trust me.
I'm sure they do.
Now, let's talk about your personal life, Samir. Come on. Not just girls. What do you do? What's your life like other than work now? Other than all these ideas you have and all these things which are coming out of your brain.
It's just putting yourself back into the meat market, man. So, you're suddenly losing weight. Everything's changing. You're getting slim. And
but you're always in shape. Were you ever out of shape? Were you really big daddy?
There was a time. I've been carrying a paunch for about 10 years, Sai. So now it's like it's time to get rid of it. And,
so Big Daddy has to advise himself now.
Yeah,
this is what Big Daddy needs to do.
The advice is eat half your plate.
There you go. And the other half?
The other half, pack it.
Give it to one of the VJs. They've had a bad month. All right. What is this biryani story? Apparently you're a very good cook.
Yeah, so I come from, my mom's from Afghanistan originally, so this is Northwest Frontier Province. My dad's a Punjabi. So we've always had this rich...
That's really mean, Dad just gets a Punjabi. Mother sounds really glamorous. Northwest Frontier Province, Afghanistan, many years, and then Dad is Punjabi.
Because Punjabis. In India we know Punjabis. Yeah. So, it's always been very, very rich and brilliant food. I would say the best food possible. So, yeah, and always been excited about being in the kitchen.
What's so famous about the biryani?
I just make it with a little bit
of... Because this biryani information we've got from my friend from other people. This is not something that you've given us or we Googled. People have told us.
That's one of the lures. Like, when you were in the 5th standard or you went into a new school, what you did was got some marbles and distributed them to all the kids. That's what I'm doing with the biryani, bro.
But you're good at cooking.
Yeah.
The biryani. It's distinct style. What color is the rice?
Yeah, well,
for me, that's the key.
Yellow.
Oh, I mean.
Yeah.
They give me that brown rice and that, it starts changing into the red and all. I start getting worried.
Yeah.
Not to be racist with food, but, yellow is good. I'm always good with yellow. Other things you cook well, Samir?
Here and there. Pastas, maybe...
This is also due to the fact that you were a single man fending for yourself, so you had to learn how to cook.
Absolutely.
Or is it your mother's touch or something else?
No, I always started young in the kitchen, but being in Bombay for 20 years teaches you a lot.
Do you teach the boys how to cook? Your Bangalore boys who come for advice, the VJs, the
Yudi's a brilliant cook, by the way.
Really?
He's brilliant. He's
I believe he wears only an apron and walks around. You will confirm this? How? Finish with Ankur Tewari, then come back to us.
Ankur Tewari doesn't care. Look at him, man. He doesn't.
It doesn't look like he eats anything.
Yeah, he doesn't. He really doesn't.
What does he live on?
Dal
music?
And roti. It's all right.
Have a note, yaar. Oh, enough for the day. God, what's wrong with you? I hate guys who don't eat. See, I find it insulting. I don't understand. It's not like they're getting sex all the time, so what's the excuse?
Yeah.
If we're getting sex all the time, I understand. Okay, I can't eat now, this chick is waiting. Okay, fine. So what? He's playing some bloody instrument, looks like a juvenile, a grown man carrying a horn and walking around. Who does that? Yeah. And if you are carrying it, why is it in your own mouth? Come on. That Ankur.
Yeah,
by the way, Ankur is a lovely place to eat in South Mumbai when you have the time. Check it out.
Okay.
All right. Almost finished here. Samir, anything you want to tell us about what's coming up after Pepper Fry Nights? In the future, what about acting assignments? You've done movies.
Yeah.
When Musafir, if I remember, there were a couple of other films.
Yeah, I wrote a couple
films.
of films. Musafir, Salam Namaste.
There you go.
Mujhse Dosti Karogi. Things like that. But, what's coming up is just, trying to create great platforms for independent music.
So you don't want to write films anymore? You don't want to act anymore?
There's always that side. There's always that. But, right now my hands are so full and so exciting with
No partner in this venture?
No, I've started a company called Daddy Entertainment right now.
Okay.
Just about 2 months ago.
Daddy should have a mummy. Mummy and daddy go together well.
Oh, God. Don't
or daddy,
mummy
in a liberal world, daddy should have a daddy. Whatever. But you should have somebody.
In my gang, there's a mummy thing. Oh, daddy's got a new mummy.
God, that joke doesn't... This is like Cyrus the virus. I've really punched people. Hey, you know what? You're Cyrus the virus. I'm like, that's the first time I've heard that one.
Yeah, exactly.
So daddy and mummy must get to you, I'm sure.
Yeah, it does. But I'm like saying, no more mummies, only honeys.
Folks back home are happy with this moniker?
Sorry?
Your folks back home happy with this moniker? Daddy?
Who's Monica? Monica! The Monica. Yeah, they've gotten used to it now.
Daddy's going to meet his daddy. I'm just thinking of all the bad things that go on in your life, which is so irritating. and then, the grandmother. Daddy's going to meet Dadi. Okay, let's just stop while we're ahead.
Yeah.
Let's quit. Now, one last time about the future.
Yeah.
So, because let's not forget, you've got a good body of work in terms of writing, acting.
Yeah.
You've worked with a lot of big shots. You've written many things. So, what that side is, you push that back for now?
Yeah, I have. Because I want to create, properties like festivals and bigger properties with independent artists and take it further because we have a lot to do. We have to. They've got the talent, but we're not doing enough. And that's the problem. And there's a lot that on this side, on the back side of the production, has to really, step up. And so.
I'm sorry, you said backside, and my mood has just changed completely. I'm just worried. I think I'm ready to swing now. Yeah.
No, we have to step up.
What do you remind me of? You remind me of a more American sort of way of thinking, in the sense that you're okay with pushing back. They don't like being pigeonholed.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to just be an actor, writer, whatever. But here in India, we actually like it. I'm an actor for life, as you know. I'm a film star for 49 years. I'm a producer for 240 years.
Yeah.
But what's nice is that you remove the hat and say, okay, I'm bored. Moving on. In a sense that there's a certain freshness. Is that true? Do you feel a lot of zest for life when you wake up in the morning and realize that you have these 5 girls in bed and go on? Not true then.
Someone wise
It's
said,
Ankur Tewari. Get back to reality. Go on.
Someone wise said, change your career every 10 years and challenge yourself.
Told Obama that.
Nobody told Putin.
No, Putin doesn't speak English. But what about Namo? Namo is 10 years. What they say. Oops. All right. Achhe, then happening for Samir Malhotra. Entrepreneur's hat on at the moment. I would say visionary in his own way because I think you're trying to create, if I'm correct, a certain Greenwich Village feel to a certain area. And that might spread to other cities as well.
Yeah.
You hit the right ambience, the right people.
Hopefully.
So all the best to you, sir, but stay where you are because we've got this thing called the AMA and we want you to participate.
All right.
Ask me anything. All right? It's questions which are basically a waste of time. Okay. Which has been most of our podcasts, but not this one.
Cyrus says, ask me anything. If you want Cyrus to answer your questions on air, send an email to whatcyrussays@gmail.com. If you send us a link to a sound file on SoundCloud, we'll even play you asking the question in your own voice. And that's what Cyrus says.
And we're back.
Okay, we got the AMAs from Rupali. She says, hi Cyrus, I'm a big fan, been since your MTV days. I wanted to ask you about your TV show. Do you get pressured when you make fun of big shots not to do this?
Well, Samir Malhotra, let me tell you, we have got a couple of calls from people telling our editor, why did he do this or that. But generally, in the political realm, not so bad.
Very good.
The softer celebrities, a couple of cricketers have called, won't take names, one film star, things like that. But not the politicians, they don't
Are you not
watch.
allowed to take names now?
No, it's just that we are in a democracy, so I better not. Now, let Samir answer the question. Do you feel pressure?
Of what?
When you urinate?
Yeah. Only when my bum winks.
All right, stop. Ours is a mature audience. They understand what we're talking about.
There's a respectable Malayali lady in the room.
We are 44-year-olds. Don't judge by our hunky looks. We are 44-year-olds. All right. So lower body is not keeping up with the upper body. She's not listening. She's like my wife. I might as well just nod off like Nikhil. Nikhil is going to never have to repeat a marriage. All he has to do is shut his eyes. The woman starts talking. He doesn't like it. Boom, he's gone. And the wife will love him for it because he doesn't interrupt. So, it's a perfect marriage.
But he's never listening.
Of course he's listening. He's just in coma. Listening in coma is the best way to listen. How do we get through school and college?
No, every woman asks that question. Did you hear?
Yeah, we all do it.
Hey, women always like, did you hear what I said?
Would we be here if we listened?
Come on, women always ask, did you hear what I said?
Oh, you mean you're one of those women who repeat it to me? That's terrible.
No, I know because people do that to me because I can't remember anything. But
God, that's very scary.
Wife, women do it. I know. They're like, did you hear anything I said? What is the order in which I've said these words?
Oh my God.
You've heard this, right? Women do this.
Do you remember my name?
Yeah. But if you don't remember the name, then, come on.
I've done that too many times. It was so funny. I met someone at a party recently and he's like, oh, you met my wife. And I'm like, I don't know who your wife is. And he's like, no, you know who I am as well. And then my friend's like, check your Facebook friends and see.
Was he flirting with you when doing that?
No, he was just chatting with me. And like,
he's getting out of the way.
Not everyone flirts with me, okay?
But he was at party, I met this guy, so I'm just thinking he gets out of the way. Look, I'm married, but I like you. So he was like, clear.
So what's your best response to that? Do you remember me, bro?
No, you did.
Yeah.
What do you do? What do you do?
I want to know yours because you get so much more of this.
Samir, what happens with me is that I'm actually now 44. So all I have to say is, boss, Alzheimer's,
Oh,
it's just silly like that.
You just go like...
I just go with that. But the thing is not to lie. Because you start doing the lie. Yeah, I know. They'll just catch you.
Yeah, they'll be like,
I never.
Okay, tell
but
me.
see, also it's not like you genuinely forget people's names. It's just that some people you don't remember because it's not a strong dramatic impact in your life.
I've had a moment where
I've never forgotten a prostitute, by the way. Of course not. And I mean only males exclusively.
The name or the rest?
The price. So for me, middle class Mumbaiker, it's the price. Service tax and VAT exempt, by the way, if you get the voucher. Of course.
Can I tell you something? I think we're reaching a point where everyone's forgetting people equally. Like, I met a girl at Weekender, and her and I, we were like, you look familiar too. I feel like I've met you somewhere. Me too. And I'd interviewed her, and she used to work for, like, we literally forgot.
But isn't it lovely when people forget each other? I think there's too much connectivity. Great. I'm so happy with that.
I'm so happy that we both forgot each other equally.
It brings me to the Shamak Dawar theory of life, where he once, one guy stopped us outside a rehearsal in South Mumbai and said, Shamak, do you remember me? And he said, no. And the guy said, let's keep in touch. You were in school together. And Shamak said, no, listen, I have too many friends. I think that's fair. It's beautiful. There's got to be a cap. There has to be There has got to be a cap to friendship. Look at your internet, what it's done to people. You cannot be in touch. I have never even, all these apps from school and college, I'm scared. They run on the phone and I'm just scared. I can't even get in. I'm worried.
And the worst thing is that you have too many surnames you remember now.
Too many surnames.
Because of Facebook. I mean, you just happen to know everybody's surname.
Do you remember Mrs. Basu? That! I can't remember Tuesday. Alright, let's move on to AMA number 2.
Okay. From Dushyant, I was very surprised listening to an earlier episode that you were not a single malt guy, South Bombay. Bombay Jamm Parsi boy, seems like you would definitely be a malt guy.
Why?
Yeah, I don't see you as a...
Do I look refined from any angle? I mean, come on.
No, you look like an old man.
I'm the last of the bums.
Yeah,
I wear the same clothes. I smell.
Yeah.
I'm unhygienic.
Totally.
I don't care about anything. Yeah,
That's true. You got a little stubble action going. You didn't shave. What's up for me today?
No, I have
Ross.
shaved but in the wrong place.
Okay.
I forgot what I'm doing
But I
today.
thought your wife goes to sleep at 8:30. Why didn't you shave in the right place?
There are midgets. Is that allowed? Are we allowed to say that? I said digits. They're digits.
Yes.
Digits.
But what is your poison?
Well, they're all because of bloody theatre background, English theatre and cheapness.
Yeah.
All the women drank vodka, so we converted from rum to vodka. Actually, rum was my favorite.
Yeah.
But to save money and thumbs up, cola was the choice those days. Thumbs up. So I started drinking vodka and thumbs up, and I cannot not drink thumbs up and cola. That's what I drink.
I went through 10 years of that. Yeah.
But Samir, it's not a taste thing. It just becomes you know what they say.
Thing.
If you're a poor guy and you drink country liquor or whatever, and then you become super rich, many of them cannot enjoy scotch. It's actually true.
Yeah.
It's the way. It's just.
Is it?
It's like I can't enjoy proper
Condition.
Chinese now.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I'm
He's
so
right. He's
into
right.
Indian
The next
Chinese.
generation will
that
enjoy
makes
the
total
yao cha
sense.
and pao cha, but
Yeah.
we have got our chicken. What's the chili chicken
Chili
sort of
chicken.
mentality?
Chili chicken, man.
And we
from tiffin.
We can't say it in public, but now we'll say it in public. We'll say it in public. Okay, don't look down on us. We can't help it. This is what we
With
are.
the Ajinomoto.
Yes.
What's the bloody MSC? Give it to
Yes,
me.
they're not invading. They're just giving you Ajinomoto for God's sake.
Let
Don't
my
be
legs go
anti-Chinese.
numb in half an hour. But
Lovely. What do we do with our legs? We're Indian men.
yeah, it's okay.
The women bounce around and leave. In a manner of speaking.
I'm bouncing on the mic.
You're killing me, man. No. I think...
I'm an old monk gal all the way.
But again, there must be a reason, no? Because now, as you do better in life and you can...
No, I just I'm the kind of person that likes the shadiest bars with the worst toilets.
You're scaring me. You're freaking me out.
Where they're like
you cannot go
rats
to the
crawling on the
shadiest
end.
bar,
Yeah.
a woman in Mumbai, and don't take me with you.
One of my friends told me that
One
there's
of us
a
is
bar.
gonna be hurt.
One of us told me there's a bar in Chembur that doesn't even have a women's toilet. That there is like a
There are bars that don't allow girls in.
cupboard. Yeah, so this one.
And they're not
they
gay
don't allow-
bars.
They don't
They're
have
not
a
gay
women's toilet.
bars.
They don't allow women in.
They don't allow women
the
in.
men's toilet is literally like you walk into the cupboard and there's like no roof and there's no there's a window. Like, he's like a peeing outside.
No.
Quarter bars of Bombay.
That's why...
I love
and
quarter bars.
whiskey and water is the most offered choice because you use the toilet. It's that, it's that kind of bar. So be very careful.
Thanks for that one. That's
I've been to these
disgusting.
shady bars with girls and all they do is stare at you and either a fight breaks out or you run. Okay, I run and then a fight breaks out. But you know what I mean. It's not fun.
I usually...
But again, just the last thing on that whole thing, because I think Samir understands what I'm saying. Why do we like chili chicken? Why do we like whatever drink we were raised on? I think we shouldn't be ashamed of that. It's like being ashamed of your culture in a sense.
Not at all.
Why should we be ashamed that I was born
Embrace,
in
embrace.
X background with X, community or whatever? Who cares?
Not at all.
That's the way it is.
Yeah.
So I'm proud that I don't drink single malt.
Yeah.
And no offense to single malt people, please drink single malt. Do what you really want to. You live only once. Why pretend? I can't believe that's ridiculous. You're a drunkard who pretends to like single malt. How much more fraudulent can your life be? I'll keep drinking, then believe me. Bullshit. Just drink the drink you want. And
true.
touch other people's wives. I think it's much more. It's much more. No, that's wrong. Never
I
do
touch
that.
other people's wives all the time.
Lose all your morality.
Why would you come with your own wife to a bar and then go back to her? Because now you're married 10 years. Who does that? What kind of civilization would allow that? Who would condone that behavior? That's ridiculous. I mean, you actually go, okay, honey, I love you. No. I spent every day with you for 10 years. Now you go to that corner and look at Mrs. Sharma. I'm coming.
It's not even about touching other people. I think I hang out with my mom a lot. My mom came for like your
Other
gig
people's
once.
mom. Sorry, I'm
Yeah, so
going back to
I
your generation.
had a friend of mine who I was at a gig with, and he was like jiving with my mom. And at one point, I'm like, "Hey, let's catch up." He's like, "Listen, only if your mom's there."
Ooh.
I was like, "What?" I think you might know who this is as well.
Nikhil Chinappa. Sahukar.
Thomas.
No. I don't ever say his name.
Okay, I hope you answer the question somewhere in the middle of that, yeah? All right, Samir, we've run out of time. Thank you so much. You're gorgeous as ever. May you're wonderful and pretty. And that's all we have time for. We end with our normal Cyrus Says chant, which is off.
You're listening to Cyrus Says.
All views and opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily the views and opinions of the Indus Vox Media Network or any of our show advertisers or sponsors. No animals were harmed in the making of this podcast, obviously.